This episode of CU Live is brought to you with support from Stoff's Coffee Roasters. Since 1988, Stoff's has been offering specialty coffee hand-roasted right here in Central Ohio. Stoff's is also a proponent of meaningful community conversations, whether online or in person. Visit their website at stoffs.com for the latest information on their locations, or to order online and enjoy a cup of Stoff's while you watch this episode.
Hello and welcome to CU Live. I'm Susan Post, Associate Editor of Columbus Underground, and today I have with me Brandyn McElroy, community activist. So the thing we're going to talk about today is the importance of community service. Really tell us a little bit about why, more than ever right now, community service is so important.
Absolutely. There are so many things that happen on a day-to-day basis, and starting even from my own experience as a young 16-year-old that was trying to figure out what do I want to do with life, I always listened to my dad and my mom, and they talked about like, man, this happened in the neighborhood, or this is going on in the community, and I would often say, well, why don't we do something about it? Why don't you change it? Why don't you get involved? That spirit and that mindset is what truly drives community service. And in today's world, with everything that's going on, we need it more than ever.
Right.
Far too often we find people that are just kind of sitting back. We're taking videos of things that are happening, but we're really not diving in and saying, how can I change it? How can I make it better? And that to me is why community service is so important. We got to get out there, got to make the difference, got to make a change. If you're not going to do it, you have to assume no one else is going to do it as well.
Need to take that initiative and get out there and do something. Community service can kind of really mean a lot of different things. Obviously there's the straightforward ways to maybe serve the community, volunteer at a food pantry. But what are some of the, kind of more unique ways to support your community that people might not traditionally think of?
Absolutely. So Columbus is a unique place where you have civic duties and civic areas where you can really get engaged. So civic associations are one of the most local and easy ways to get involved. A lot of folks think of like their passions and how can I jump into this, maybe donating to the American Red Cross or those different types of things. But if you care about even just your neighborhood and your community, getting involved in your civic association can be the fastest way to just say, hey, I'd like to start up a trash walk this week and pick up around the community. Those are some great ways to get involved and be a part of that service.
Great. What are some of your favorite organizations to work with in the city?
That's a great question. So I'm really partial to area commissions. I've been on
what are some of the ones
four
you've
of
been
them. The Greater Hilltop Area Commission, Far South Columbus Area Commission, the University Area Commission as well.
You've really gotten to see a lot of different neighborhoods.
I've seen a lot of different areas, which has been fantastic because every part of the city is so vastly different. When I think about the Far South area, you have a lot of civic-minded people that are just like, hey, this is our neighborhood, this is our community. We're trying to just
pride.
Get it, get growing and going. University area, it's growing, right? It's hustle and bustle all the time. Got a lot of people coming in. It's just making it great for the generation now and the generations to come. So there's a lot of different things that are happening around the city in that rail.
Kind of thinking on a personal note, what's a moment where you were volunteering or, doing some community work and you just had an experience that really made you say, like, this is why I do this, and this is why this is so important?
Absolutely. So I think that immediately goes to the Far South area. What was formerly Indian Mound Recreation Center today is Scioto Southland. There is a spray park that's been built. And I think back to the days that myself and other community members were truly out there rustling up to try to get something added to this rec center. It was one of the smallest in the city. And we really got out, we started having meetings, we started communicating with the city folks and saying, hey, can we get something extra down here? And probably one of my most proud moments is once that was built. I have a younger sister, she's 18 years younger than I am. And she was about 3 years old when she went out and played at that spray park for the first time and actually got a picture taken by the Columbus Dispatch, and that hung downtown for about a year and a half. So it was a proud moment of like, this is what we were looking for.
See it in your family right there.
Seeing it happen in real life. That's that.
So tell us some ways that folks can get involved in their communities and obviously you mentioned area commissions and, maybe some of the other opportunities that they should look for.
Absolutely. I would say, 501c3s, really getting engaged with local 501c3s. Do a quick Google search and figure out like, hey, what is something I'm passionate about and what are community actions and groups that we can really engage in that are right around the corner. Here in Columbus, we have a lot of them that are really incognito within facilities that are spread all across the city. And so really step out there and just say, hey, I'm passionate about this. I can give to it and let me do that, whether it's time, money, or whatever you like.
What are some of those maybe specific ones that are flying a little bit under the radar that you think are really great causes or would really encourage people to check out?
Absolutely. So I think about the Godman Guild as one, as a really huge impact on a lot of youth and young people within the center city areas. Also Central Community House. And within these programs, they have a lot of different areas that you can be engaged, whether it's gardening, mentorship, health and finance, all those types of things are available at these communities, and they need people to come out and really get engaged.
Really something to fit no matter your interest or skills.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, thank you so much for giving us some great tips on how to get involved in the community.
Happy to be here. Thank you.